Hello everyone, I'm Shrika Dervere. I'm a program manager with Microsoft. I'm with the Azure PlayFab product team since about 3 years. Today we're going to talk about Azure PlayFab's live off set of services. As a game studio, you put your heart and soul into the game development with an aim to make it a hit among your target players from the get-go. A successful game launch is important, but so is the sustained growth curve over the long run. For this, you need to be player-centric and react to the needs and desires so that you can deliver enjoyable and valuable game experiences. This is where LiveOps as a practice is pertinent. LiveOps stands for live operations, and in a game development context, it involves running your game as a service. Let me introduce you to the LiveOps set of services of Azure PlayFab product. You can run your game as a service with telemetry, automation, content management, and in-game commerce. These services enables you to make changes to the game quickly and keep players coming back for more. As you are running your game as a services, you get to deliver game experiences and content with rapid iteration. All of this iteration can be in one of the different bucket, and the tools of PlayFab can help you for it. These tools are categorized as engagement and retention, content management, economy, and automation. For a quick understanding, let's focus on content management and engagement and retention. Here we'll talk about title data, which is basically a service to manage your game configurations remotely. Experiment, where you get to run different experiments to understand the player behavior based on which you can iterate faster and deliver game experiences with confidence. Engagement and retention. These are basically set of services like push notification, messaging, and many more with which you can make your players coming back for more. Now, I would like to give you a live demo for deeper understanding. For this, let's move on to the Game Manager portal, which is basically the web portal of Azure PlayFab. As we navigate into the title, what you see on the left navigation are set of services of PlayFab, which are categorized based off the game development lifecycle, starting with build, engage, and analyze. Here we'll be particularly talking about the content management services, in particular, title data. Title data is a set of plain key value pair used for storing and managing the game's configuration data remotely on the server. Here, the primary title data is the configuration which gets active and visible on the game client. The title data is complemented with overrides. Overrides are nothing but the modification to the default value of the primary title data key value pairs. The overrides comes in effect using the config-based experiments. So let's move on to experiments. Experiments is a service where you can run multiple concurrent A/B tests to analyze a hypothesis and maximize player engagement. Here you target a set of players or segments to determine the player behavior in a managed and controlled environment. This helps you to make decisions with confidence and roll out validated, sticky game experiences and solutions. When you are willing to make a new experiment, you click on the New Experiment button. To save us some time, let's look into an existing running experiment called Game Intro Spells. This particular experiment is actually a config-based experiment on title data. So as we open the game design configuration, you will get the details of the experiment, starting with the unique ID, which is auto-generated, the experiment ID, along with the fields which you have entered as part of the experiment design and configuration, like experiment name, description, the schedule for which it is running, along with the target audience. This particular experiment is running on all the new players who are created and logged in from the 1st of March. As this particular experiment is running on title data, the exclusion group comes into play automatically. Exclusion group are basically a manner to make sure that all the concurrent experiments are not resulting into skewed results set from any kind of interaction effect. In particular, for title data experiments, when there is a game client, at any point in time, you can only configure one title data. That is why we ensure that the title data comes with an exclusion group as a default. Then here you will see the variant configuration with the control variant bringing in the primary title data and the treatment variant bringing in the override value. We have already created an override called spell game intro, which is coming into play in this particular experiment. As this experiment is running, you will be getting the scorecard for analysis over every 12-hour period. But before we get into it, let's look into a live example of what happens when a new player comes in. For this, we'll go into the Players tab. Here, we'll create a new player. As we create and make a login by this player, a player profile will be created. This player profile contains all the information related to the player's events and logs. And you will see the live action of that in the Playstream Monitor, which is basically an event-driven architecture that allows developers to take advantage of real-time action based on the different events. You can take actions like cloud scripts, sending emails, rewards, ban, etc. This is the monitor where you get to see all those events live. These records can be used for different purposes, like automation and such. But right now, for the demo, we'll just look into the payload and see what the effect of the running experiment is. So as we look in here, a player logged in event got created. As we click on the payload, you'll see the experiment variant being assigned. So as the player is created and logged in, the experiment variant is getting assigned in real time. So this is getting targeted for that particular experiment we just looked into. These variants can be used for any ad hoc querying, as well as sending these raw events into your storage account, which can be integrated with your custom analytics tool for further analysis. Now, just to close on the loop, let's look into what a scorecard of an experiment looks like. Here is the detail, where you get to see different predefined actionable metrics, which are categorized based off the player lifecycle, like acquisition, activation, revenue, and retention. Here you will see the comparison of the control variant against the treatment variant with respect to the different statistical calculation, which are listed up here. We also make sure that there is the indicator of statistical significance, which shows if there is any relevant metric movement for which you should be able to make a decision with a 95% confidence interval. So I hope this demo helped you understand how LiveOps can help you identify the best growth and engagement strategy for your game to keep the players coming back for more. For you to get started, please refer to the resources, starting with the technical documentation on the different services of LiveOps, along with the API documentation. If you have any question, please feel free to reach us at aka.ms/playfab forums. Get started today with your LiveOps journey. Thank you.